All right, so today is going to be Wednesday, July 17, 2019. Today was a great day for me. I am up $805 on 5 trades, 2 losers, 3 winners. A little bit all over the place here really quick, but it was a good trading day, a lot of good opportunities. Now, when we came into the pre-market, these two, CSX and QCOM, were definitely on my watch list. As you can see, QCOM gapping up. Look at all the volume being happened in the pre-market. And CSX here, let's change to a 5-minute really quick. As you can see, gapping down, drifting pattern action. This is great pre-market action. We have not seen this in a while, so I was extremely happy. I was extremely excited to see some actual pre-market patterns and actual stocks on the watch list. So my first 2 trades were on CSX. So as you saw, it was gapping down. So as you can see, it was gapping down, right? Drifting pattern. I'm expecting this thing to sell off. Now, coming into the open, it's above the VWAP and it's kind of to push up. But as you can see on this last 5-minute candle before the market opens, it has a huge sell-off. Now, I really like that. It's telling me that the sellers are in control and this thing is most likely going to go down. So when we switch to a 1-minute really quick, so you can see what it is that I saw, how I traded it. All right, so the first 1-minute candle is a sell-off, which I kind of anticipated, but it reached this pivot level, got bought back up. This kind of sold off, got bought back up again. Now, as this stock cannot push above the opening day high, if it's going to make a push, it's going to make a push in the opening day when the volume is the highest. The fact that it couldn't push up is telling me something. We have all this overhead resistance above us, and then we have this candle come here and then sell off right back under VWAP. So I'm expecting this thing to sell back off for the sellers to be in control. Now, I get in short at 73.14 on this candle right here, and then within seconds it just starts to get bought back up, and then I kind of panicked and I stopped out. I guess the right stop out will be somewhere in this, 73.60 area. If you want to get really tight, you can put it above that candle there. But I got stopped out at 73.40, which was a 26-cent stop loss. Premature stop loss here. As you can see, it kind of came back down and kind of came here and then started to sell off a little bit. But my second trade was seeing that. So the fact that it came up, I stopped out. As it started to come back down and starts to come through the bottom of these 2 candles here, I'm like, okay, well, it's going to sell off again. It has to sell off here. So I'm in short at 73.01, so a little bit lower. Kind of waited a little bit because I wanted to make sure it was actually going to do it. So I got short in this candle here, and as you can see, we got immediate resolution, but then it kind of got bought back up, and then these 2 candles here came up to retest VWAP, and I just got stopped out at 73.12. I didn't really want to have a really big loser. Looking back at it, these are 2 bad managed trades. I should have taken the 1 position. I should have never stopped out here. I like the fact that I did get back into it because it was a good setup. I do like the setup. This is nothing to get stopped out about. As this big drop came through here, you could have taken some profit, but it got bought back up, and eventually it just was choppy for the beginning 30 minutes of the day. But this is just a bad, poorly managed trade, in my opinion. It netted me a $370 loss on a trade that could have been either a break even or a very, very small lose over here, or something that would have been a profit and then to a break even. Not very happy with that, but it's okay. We're going to learn from our mistakes. As you can see, just very, very choppy here in the beginning, but then it had this huge sell-off. So those are my first 2 trades. My third trade was on QCOM. Now, really quick, QCOM was gapping up. Right, we have this kind of drifting pre-market action, but it's going to the high side, going higher. And we have this coming here. Now it starts to go down and lower and lower and lower. Now, this wasn't a crazy pre-market action, but the fact that I got bought back up, and I noticed it because I didn't notice this, but I noticed it once it had this huge sell-off. So this is a green candle. This is an engulfing red candle, and I got extremely interested once I saw that. So when we go here to the 1-minute really quickly, highlighted everything so you guys can see a little bit better. Alrighty, so we had this initial push up, and then we have this huge sell-off, another huge sell-off, another huge sell-off. I'm looking at it, I have 2 quick losses. I'm down, $400 on the day, but I see this setup and I'm like, I need to take this setup. One of my rules that I'm working on is taking every single trade that I see that's a good setup. This is one of them. Now, as this stock here kind of pushed up and got pulled back down, I got short. I got short at 78.04, and I was using this as a momentum trade. So basically, if this stock kind of sold off here and pushed back up above the high of this candle here at 78.15, I was going to stop out for a very, very small loss. But as you can see, it's sold off very nicely. So my first profit target was here at 77.70, 300 shares. Got another piece off, 300 shares here at 77.35. Now, as we have this little consolidation area here, I was able to add back. Now, I wanted to add somewhere in here, but this candle here just sold off so quickly that I had to add at the very bottom. So I added 77.21. So I came in with 1,000 shares, took off 300, took off another 300. So I had 400 shares left, and I added another 400 shares, giving me a total of 800 shares. And we had this huge sell-off here. Now, right here, I took off the 800 in my notes, but what really happened was I took off 400 here, and as this candle started to push back up, I took off the other 400, gave me an average of the 800 at 76.92 roughly. So this trade right here netted me roughly 875. So I was able to get back all my losses plus more. This is a great trade. My only concern, I guess, was having a 10 cent, 15 cent stop loss. I could have gone a lot heavier, especially with it being such a good setup. But I'm happy that I was able to scale out the correct way. I'm happy that I was able to add to the position the correct way as well. Now, my 4th trade was on CONT again. Let me see if I have this here. Yeah, alrighty. So this is my 4th trade on CONT. So as you can see, we traded this here the initial time. Now, it kind of pulled back, came over here, kind of pulled back. Now I'm expecting this to sell off again for a second leg down, and it's exactly what I did. So I see this kind of start pulling, got a little relief move here, and as it starts to curl back over, I get short. I'm short at 76.68 through my stop loss above the 2 highs of these candles at 76.93. A little bit bigger of a stop loss, I guess, in my opinion, but we were able to get a little piece here. And then this kind of flashed down really quickly, and I was going to take more off, but it just happened so fast, and it got bought back up so fast that I had to stop out break even. So it could have been a little bit better of a trade, but it just happened too fast. And as you can see, the stock did move down a little bit lower. Now my 5th trade was on CSX now. So I kind of saw this move coming up here. I didn't want to trade it because I wasn't 100% sure what it is that I was seeing. But at the end of the day, it turns out that I was right in what I saw. But that's not a trade here yet. So my 5th and final trade. Let's open this up for you guys. Alrighty. So 5th and final trade, don't worry about all this stuff over here, but as you can see, it has this sell-off here, comes back up, gets pushed up into the 20 EMA, can't keep pushing above it. Now we have this red candle here, and then we have a little doji candle. So this red candle here, we have a doji candle, and then this candle starting, and as it starts to sell off, I get short. As you can see, it's making lower highs, lower high, lower high, and then lower lows, lower lows. Now it would have been a lower low, breaking the low of that candle. So it was very interesting for me to get short. Now we go back to this 1 minute. Show you exactly where I got in. Now I was very, hesitant to take this trade. I didn't know if the stock was kind of like messing with the sellers and it was gonna get bought back up to go back to VWAP. But once I saw 2 or 3 candles making lower lows and lower highs, I had to take the opportunity to make the trade. Now, as you can see, we have this initial sell-off here, and once we got that pullback right here, that was my pivot I was waiting for. As it came back down, I'm in short at 71.13, throw my stop above the top here, and we get this move going down. Now, I made $180 on this trade, and I am not happy with that because As you can see, once the stock moved down roughly 10 cents, I took off half my shares, which is not good. And then as it moved down again, I took off, maybe half of what happened, like another fourth, and then I took off everything here. This move here should have been more money. It's roughly 35 cents, roughly. Should have netted me a lot more money, maybe $250. But me taking off, I took off too much here, so I should have been maybe 300, another maybe like 200, and maybe see if we can keep it rolling over. Maybe look for a place to add, but it just got bought back up, and I was able to stop out break even. But that's gonna be my recap of the day. I'm up $805, 3 winners, 2 losers. I'm extremely happy with this CONT trade right here. That big sell-off there. I'm happy that I was able to capture that, and I'm happy the fact that my mentality was, it was not to make back the money that I lost, but it was rather the mentality of, this is a great setup. I need to take this trade. I can't let this opportunity pass me. So great trading day, and we'll come back tomorrow. Maybe we get some more momentum trades.